Becoming your own friend. This is the most vital part. Most vital part to you healing and getting where you need to be. We spend so much time with ourselves. We spend so much time in our heads. You're practically your own best friend or your own arch nemesis. And why not just choose to be your own best friend, you know? And I realize that most of the time as people, we don't give the same sympathy we give to others to ourselves. We are so harsh to ourselves. We're our own worst critics, our own worst judges. And that's good and all when it comes to always assessing and trying to be better or working on ourselves, because we have to be honest with ourselves. But honesty does not mean self-degradation. It doesn't mean you have to constantly degrade yourself to the point where you are nothing. So you have to be your own best friend in order to get the healing that you need. Now, I'm pretty sure there's moments in your life where you feel like you're a really cool person, and not in a sense of vanity but like there's just probably certain qualities that you admire about yourself. And I think most of the time we overlook that, because sometimes I would like hate on myself so much, and then I there's like brief periods of time where I just think I'm kind of lame sometimes, and then I stay in that mindset for a while, and I really forget how cool I can be when I'm just myself and in my truth, you know? And that can really just mess you up in a sense of you overlook the good in you. You overlook your own coolness, bro, you know? So I think if you just stay and stop, even if it means you writing down the qualities that you admire about yourself, it can even be dumb things, bro. Like, for me, I could say that I love how witty I can be, you know, to my friends, to people I'm close to even strangers. Because I don't think there's enough of that in the world. There's not enough quirky wittiness in normal day-to-day conversation. Sometimes my wit is like just really dumb things, but like it catches people off guard. And that's how I know that it's special, because nobody expects something to just land the way it does, especially when everybody's trying to be normal. And so like those are those are qualities, or just one quality about myself that I can't say out loud that this is what I really like. And I stick to it. I know at the back of my head, hey, I'm cool for this. And if you can just list those things in your head, maybe mentally, or list them out physically, maybe on your phone, where you always just remind yourself how cool you can be. Because if you don't think you're cool to yourself, how the hell can you be cool to other people? How the hell can you really recognize yourself and put yourself out there, or think that you're cool enough to have other friends? Because this is why you need to be your friend first before you're other people's friends. And then this just goes to how like being your own friend first really positively affects every other relationship you have with other people. Because if you're kind to yourself, then you're able to extend that same kindness to other people. And not just that, but realize that like other people are just as complex and complicated and a whole ball of everything, just like you are, you know? And that's what I've also learned about me, is that like the more I dig deep within myself, the more I'm realizing, hey, even if someone may be like offish to me or mean or whatever, I realize it's not even about me. That it's probably whatever they're going through at the time, you know? Because everyone is just so, I don't know, everyone is basically fighting a war within themselves. And this is the secret sauce that they probably never realized, that it's really just about becoming their own friend, you know? And this, in a sense, also means that, like, even though you know your good parts and good aspects, you're also aware of the negative sides to yourself. Realize whatever it is that you're working on, that is negative, it's a process. It's gonna take time. And so that means that even though it's there, you're expressing that same love that you feel towards your good parts, that quirkiness, that wit, that maybe you're a funny person. And so maybe if you know, maybe you can be a bit selfish, knowing that you can be a bit selfish, but not letting that be who you are, but rather be something that you're working on. So it can be like, hey, I'm a selfish person. What can I do to slowly alleviate myself from that? Maybe it can be one act of like going out of your way to do something for somebody. And let's flip the script. If you're a people pleaser, it can be a thing of, what can I do to make a decision that feels just a bit more selfish, you know? And if you do maybe feel like you're expressing that negative quality, if you people please and you find yourself constantly doing it again, don't bash yourself and be like, oh, I'm such a people pleaser, and then let it really be who you are, but rather, like I said, a journey, something you're progressively working on, you know? So it's things like that that make it an interesting balance of staying kind to yourself even when you mess up, and not really letting that mess up own you. Because once you're your friend like that, your negative parts, your negative sides, your negative self-talk does not own you. Rather, you're aware of it, because just like how a friend is, you're in communication with yourself. You know, oh, this is what's happening. Let's work through it. And it's like, I don't know. I think most of the time, what I've realized is that like we're all so ego driven and not awareness driven. And sometimes people can be like, oh, I'm such a self-aware person. But that self-awareness is so rooted in ego. You know, it's not awareness in the sense where you can take yourself out of yourself to look at yourself and realize what's really happening, you know. And I don't know, it takes a very special amount of truth seeking and then self introspection, or just introspection, because apparently, but anyways, just introspection to realize what it is that you need and how to become your own friend. I know it's a lot. So once again, become your own friend, be aware of yourself, and not let that awareness be something that pulls you down, but be something that improves you. That is the truth about becoming your own friend. Is that you're the friend that improves yourself, the friend that loves you unconditionally, the friend that loves you even when it is hard to love you. Just like how it is having a friend outside, having another friend, having a best friend. You have to love yourself even when it gets hard. because you're the only person that is reliant on you and the only person that can save yourself.